Hello, my name is Alex Sattel and I am Senior Urban Forestry Consultant at Urban Forest Innovations, Inc. I would like to welcome you to the second phase of partner and community engagement for the development of the City of Brampton's Urban Forest Management Plan, or UFMP. Thank you for your interest in Brampton's UFMP. After extensive development, including one previous phase of engagement, the plan is nearing completion. Your input in this, the second phase of engagement, will help us finalize the strategic direction for urban forest management in Brampton for the next 10 years. Before we begin, we respectfully acknowledge that the City of Brampton is located on treaty lands and territory of the Mississaugas of the Credit and the traditional territory of the Huron-Wendat and the Haudenosaunee. The City of Brampton is a contemporary home to many First Nations, Inuit, and Métis people today. Brampton appreciates and respects the history and diversity of the land and is grateful to have the opportunity to work and meet in this territory. The City of Brampton joins with First Nations, Inuit and Métis groups in partnership, friendship, and reconciliation. The development of Brampton's Urban Forest Management Plan has been overseen by the Project Steering Committee, which includes city staff from the Parks Maintenance and Forestry Division of the Community Services Department and the Environment and Development Engineering Division of the Public Works and Engineering Department, which was previously known as the Environmental Planning Division. The Parks Maintenance and Forestry Division is generally considered the home of urban forest management in Brampton, although staff from many other divisions and departments also influence the urban forests through their policies and daily operations. The development of the Urban Forest Management Plan has been undertaken by a multidisciplinary consulting team led by Mississauga-based Urban Forest Innovations, Inc. and Guelph-based Grounded Solutions, with support from Kennedy Consulting. There are three key objectives for the second phase of engagement on the Brampton Urban Forest Management Plan project. Firstly, this is a good opportunity to update partners and the community on the status of the Urban Forest Management Plan. Secondly, we will present the community's vision for the urban forest, which will guide urban forest management in Brampton over the next 10 years. Finally, we will present the strategic goals and recommended actions of the Urban Forest Management Plan, and will validate that these goals and actions are supported by urban forest partners and the broader community. First, an update on the status of the UFMP. The project began in December 2019 with a comprehensive assessment of the current status of urban forest management in Brampton. The consulting team reviewed urban forest data, city policies and practices, and lessons from other jurisdictions to develop an understanding of the strengths of and opportunities to improve Brampton's urban forest management programs. This analysis was supported by the first phase of partner and community engagement, which we will briefly review now. The first phase of engagement included a detailed staff questionnaire and follow-up interviews to develop an understanding of urban forest management in Brampton. The mayor and members of council were encouraged to provide input to the project through a detailed briefing note. A 15-question survey for urban forest partners, the community, and city staff helped reveal priorities, values, and challenges related to the urban forest. Virtual workshops were held with city staff and urban forest partners to explore important issues and begin to shape the Urban Forest Management Plan. Finally, an urban forest art contest was held to engage the community and build excitement about Brampton's urban forest. Over 300 community members completed the first Urban Forest Management Plan survey. The surveys revealed that protecting existing trees in Brampton and planting new trees are among the most important urban forest issues for Brampton's residents. Many respondents also cited pests and diseases and a lack of awareness among some community members about the importance of the urban forest as major issues. Respondents expressed overwhelming support for the city's commitment to plant 1 million trees by the year 2040 and for the broader 1 million trees program, and 80% of respondents strongly supported increasing funding for urban forestry in Brampton. Respondents encouraged the city to focus tree planting efforts in parks and in natural areas, along neighborhood streets, and around community facilities. The responses to the Phase 1 engagement survey have helped to shape Brampton's Urban Forest Management Plan, and the project steering committee and consulting team are grateful for each respondent's participation. Another key part of the Phase 1 engagement was the Urban Forest Art Contest, which was held between November and December 2020. The art contest garnered over 250 original submissions of photographs, paintings, and digital artwork. The winning entry is featured on the cover of the draft summary Urban Forest Management Plan document, and runners-up and other entries are featured throughout the summary UFMP and in this presentation. All entries can be viewed online at the city's urban forestry portal at www.brampton.ca/trees. Upon completion of the Phase 1 engagement process, the consulting team finalized the background review study and began drafting the Urban Forest Management Plan Strategic Framework, Implementation Plan, and Summary UFMP. The strategic framework outlines the urban forest vision, as well as guiding principles, strategic goals and objectives, and targets for urban forest management in Brampton. The implementation plan outlines 36 recommended actions to be implemented over the next 10 years to achieve the urban forest vision. These are summarized in the Summary UFMP, which is available for public review and comment as part of the Phase 2 engagement process. This brings us to today, March 2022. The second phase of engagement is now being held to present the urban forest vision and validate the urban forest management plan goals and actions. Once this phase of engagement is complete, the urban forest management plan will be finalized to reflect partner and community input and will be presented to City of Brampton Council in June of this year. The remainder of this presentation will focus on key elements of Brampton's urban forest management plan, namely the vision for Brampton's urban forest and the action implementation plan. The vision is an aspirational statement that describes the desired or ideal state of Brampton's urban forest to be achieved through implementation of the urban forest management plan. The plan will be considered a success if today's vision statement reflects the state of the urban forest 10 years from now. The vision for Brampton's urban forest is as follows. The urban forest is a keystone component of a healthy, sustainable, equitable, and resilient community. Our policies and infrastructure are designed to support and protect trees, forests, and healthy ecosystems in the urban environment. The City of Brampton recognizes that the urban forest is essential to healthy neighborhoods, clean air and water, and natural ecosystems, while creating opportunities for recreation, education, and a prosperous economy. The implementation plan component of Brampton's urban forest management plan outlines 36 action items, which are organized under 5 strategic goals. These goals and actions represent a roadmap to achieving the urban forest vision over the next 10 years. The first strategic goal is to understand, to gather and track information about Brampton's urban forest and use these data to support and enhance urban forest management. This goal includes 6 actions. Action 1.1 is to complete and maintain an inventory of city-owned trees and vacant planting sites. This information will assist the city in undertaking daily urban forest maintenance operations and with longer long-term planning to improve urban forest health and diversity. Action 1.2 is to collect an inventory of high-priority trees on private lands. This may include trees such as oak or elm trees, which are susceptible to potentially destructive diseases, and will help the city reach out to tree owners to provide information about how to protect these trees. This action will not require any access to private properties to collect data. Only trees visible from the public right-of-way would be included in such an inventory. Action 1.3 is to complete an urban forest canopy and structure study to gain a big picture understanding of Brampton's urban forest and help to track change over time. Action 1.4 is to complete an urban forest climate change vulnerability assessment to better understand how the urban forest might be affected by climate change stressors such as drought and increased temperatures. Action 1.5 is to monitor and report on progress towards the city's urban forest targets to help track change and ensure that the city is meeting its urban forestry goals. Finally, Action 1.6 is to review and update the urban forest management plan every 5 years. Healthier trees provide more urban forest benefits and services to the community, so the second strategic goal is to maintain, or to improve tree health, condition, and safety in Brampton's urban forest. This goal includes 9 actions. Action 2.1 is to update and expand the city's urban forestry section to support the implementation of the UFMP. Action 2.2 is to include urban forest data in the city's corporate asset management plan and systems to ensure that the urban forest is managed and accounted for in the same way as other municipal assets and infrastructure. Action 2.3 is to develop an urban forestry levels of service manual to ensure that best practices for tree maintenance are consistently applied for city, street, and park trees. Action 2.4 is to develop a tree risk management policy that clearly outlines processes for assessing and reducing tree-related risk. Action 2.5 is to enhance resources to manage tree-related risk more proactively. Many of the city's current tree maintenance practices are already effective, so Action 2.6 is to continue and enhance existing tree maintenance programs and practices. Action 2.7 is to implement a young tree structural pruning program, the most cost-effective way to ensure that trees develop sturdy structure early on and for the long term. Finally, Actions 2.8 and 2.9 are to develop an urban forest pest, disease, and invasive species strategy and response plans, and to enhance resources to support their management. This will help the city to respond more quickly and effectively should a new pest or disease arrive, and proactively reduce the impacts of invasive species in natural areas. The third strategic goal is to grow. This goal will support the city's commitment to planting 1 million trees by 2040 through improved tree establishment policies and practices. This goal includes 6 actions. Action 3.1 is to identify tree planting areas based on equity, services, and climate change adaptation. This will ensure that all residents have access to the urban forest and that trees are planted in areas where they can provide the most benefits and help the community adapt to climate change. Action 3.2 is to plant more trees in parks and open spaces, where they will not conflict with other park uses. This reflects the community's desire to plant more trees in parks while respecting the diverse needs of all park users. Action 3.3 is to update and consolidate tree establishment policies and guidelines. This will ensure that best practices for tree planting are consistently applied on city lands, ensuring that trees are healthy and grow to maturity. Action 3.4 is to conduct tree performance trials, which will help increase urban forest diversity by identifying new tree species for planting in the city. Action 3.5 is to enhance all aspects of tree establishment, such as inspection of planting stock, planting practices, tree watering and mulching, and many others. Finally, Action 3.6 is to expand community involvement in tree planting and care on public lands. This will encourage community members to not only plant more trees, but to help care for them through actions such as monitoring, weeding, watering, mulching, and others. The fourth strategic goal is to protect. Through this goal, the city and its partners will protect existing healthy trees and their growing environments against injury and removal wherever possible. This goal includes 5 actions. Action 4.1 is to ensure that the urban forest is considered in all aspects of city planning, such as new strategies, plans, or guidelines, and that existing policies and guidelines are updated to recognize the importance of Brampton's urban forest. Action 4.2 is to update the official plan with policies specific to the urban forest. This will support planning decisions that protect trees and enhance Brampton's urban forest. Action 4.3 is to review and update tree bylaws every 5 years to ensure that they remain effective tools to protect Brampton's urban forest. Action 4.4 is to increase the city's capacity to ensure that tree protection and planting plans are implemented properly on development sites. Finally, Action 4.5 is to set and apply standards for city-owned woodland management, ensuring that when woodlands come into city ownership through the planning process, they are supported by multi-year woodland management plans and that initial management measures are implemented. The fifth and final strategic goal is to engage and support the community and other urban forest partners in their efforts to protect, maintain, and grow the urban forest. This goal includes 10 actions. Action 5.1 is to develop and implement an urban forest awareness and engagement program, including a new urban forest engagement coordinator position to develop and coordinate all engagement initiatives. Action 5.2 is to support urban forest community-based science. In other words, to encourage community members to participate by sharing useful data and information about Brampton's urban forest. Action 5.3 is to enhance urban forest online and social media content. Action 5.4 is to encourage use of urban forest wood and food products, which can support the local economy, reduce waste, and engage the community in caring for the urban forest. Action 5.5 is to encourage and recognize urban forest stewardship through actions such as awards or incentives. Action 5.6 is to develop partnerships for tree planting projects on institutional and corporate lands, as these lands may offer some of the best opportunities for growing the urban forest. Action 5.7 is to expand the residential tree planting program in partnership with others to encourage more tree planting on private properties in the city where trees provide the most benefits. Action 5.8 is to enhance urban forest information sharing and cooperation across city departments to ensure that all departments are working towards the same goals and consistently applying best practices. Action 5.9 is to partner with institutions, agencies, and organizations for urban forest research, as many research opportunities are available in the urban forest, and research findings may help improve urban forest management. Finally, Action 5.10 is to identify and pursue innovative urban forestry resourcing opportunities from external sources. These sources may include grant funding, resource sharing with partners, or others, and can help support specific urban forest projects and initiatives or urban forest management more broadly. This concludes the City of Brampton Urban Forest Management Plan Phase 2 Engagement presentation. Thank you for your interest in Brampton's UFMP and your consideration of the city's urban forest vision and the plan's 36 recommended actions. You can provide your feedback on the Urban Forest Management Plan through the Phase 2 Engagement Survey. Please visit www.brampton.ca/trees and follow the links to complete the survey by April 1st. Thank you.